Hello everyone, I Asha Viz. Today I welcome you all in the second part of class 6 history, the chapter in the earlier cities. Dear students, in the previous part of this chapter, we studied about the story of Harappa and the special features of Harappan civilization, like how they built the walls using bricks which were placed in interlocking system. We also discussed about some of the cities which were famous like Mohenjo-daro. We discussed about the drainage system there and life in the cities, how the scripts were made, what kind of work the craft persons did, as well as we discussed about the new crafts which were famous in that city. Let's begin with the second part of this chapter. In search of raw materials. Raw materials are substances that are either found naturally or produced by farmers or herders. Raw materials are processed to produce finished goods. The raw materials that the Harappans used were available locally, whereas many items such as copper, tin, gold, silver, and precious stones were brought from distant places. In the previous part, at the last slide, we learned that most of the work was done by the specialist people. Now the question comes, from where did they got the raw material to create such crafts, such items? Now how they did it, the things which the craft persons created, they are mostly produced by the farmers and herders. These raw materials which they use to produce fine goods, they brought those raw material from locally available places, as well as they brought that thing like copper, silver, tin, gold from distant places across India, as well as somewhere outside the country also. The Harappans probably got copper from present day Rajasthan and from Oman in West Asia. Tin, which was mixed with copper to produce bronze, had been brought from present day Afghanistan and Iran. Gold had been brought from present day Karnataka, and precious stones from present day Gujarat, Iran, and Afghanistan. So, most of the raw materials they got from, like the precious stone brought from Gujarat, right? Lothal and Dholavera. These were the two famous or important centers of Gujarat that time. They also brought stone from Iran and Afghanistan. They brought gold from Karnataka, which was used to make ornaments. Tin, which they used to make bronze. Firstly, it was mixed. Tin was mixed with uh, copper, okay, so that to get the substance like tin. Now, copper was imported from Rajasthan and Oman. It shows they had good relations. What it shows, like just bringing out all these things from different parts of the country as well as from outside also, it shows that they must had good relations with the states and other countries. Okay, so just because of that, it made possible to bring those things from other places and create such items here, there at their place. Now, food for people in the cities. People living in the countryside grew crops and reared animals too. The Harappans grew wheat, barley, pulses, peas, rice, sesame, linseed, and mustard. The plough was used to dig the earth for turning the soil and planting seeds. Water was stored and supplied to the fields when the plants were growing. It shows that people lived a settled life, as we are talking about the rearing of animals as well as growing of crops. They started the crops which we discussed earlier. I gave you the examples of those crops. The people also worked as herders, as they started keeping animals, rearing animals. Okay, and most of the civilization that time, they used to settle around the water bodies, water resources, because water was a basic necessity. As they started rearing animals as well as growing crops, so they were using those water resources to, for irrigation purposes, as well as to water, to give water to the animals. Now, Harappans reared cattle, sheep, goat, and buffalo, as we discussed earlier. In the dry summer months, large herds of animals were probably taken to greater distance in search of grass and water. People also collected fruits like bear, caught fishes, and hunted wild animals like the antelope. Now, in Harappan civilization, what people did, people reared these animals, okay, which we discussed, in less rainy, or you can say the dry areas. To graze those animals during the summer month, what they used to do, they used to take them to different places, far off places, and also what they did in between that, they searched for water resources. They also hunted animals, collected food items like bear we talked about, to feed themselves. Now, a closer look Harappan towns in Gujarat. The city of Dholavera, was located on Khader Bay in Run of Kutch. This city has fresh water and fertile soil. It has fresh water and the soil is rich in minerals, as it was, so because of that, it was good for growing different crops. Dholavera was divided into three parts, and each part was surrounded with massive stone walls with entrances through gateways. Now, Gujarat was one of the most important center of Harappan civilization that time. There were two important centers. These were the Dholavera and Lothal. Dholavera was in Run of Kutch. There is found fresh water and the soil here was rich and fertile. Now, there was also a large open area in the settlement where public ceremonies were held. Large letters of the Harappan scripts were carved out of the white stone and inlaid in wood. Now, a large area was used at that time for public gathering to celebrate different functions. Okay, these areas were basically, they were used to organize ceremonies by different people, and people used to assemble in that area. Large letters of the Harappan scripts were carved out of white stone and inlaid in wood. They also inscripted large letters, okay, which were in the Harappan script, which were there in the Harappan script, but which are still unread, as they are difficult. The script is very difficult to understand. Now, the city of Lothal stood beside a tributary of the Sabarmati in Gujarat, close to the Gulf of Khambat. Lothal lies near the Sabarmati river in Gujarat. The raw materials such as semi-precious stones were easily available in the city. There was also a storehouse in the city. It is now it is famous for the semi-precious stone. It is also famous for, not only for the semi-precious stones, but also for the dockyards. The houses here were made of stone. Workshops for making beads, pieces of stone, half made beads, tools for bead making, and finished beads have been found here, because specialist workers used to work in these places to create such articles. They started using these beads and stone tools to made the beads or tools, or they started to use such items to create different materials which can be later sold in the markets. Now, the mystery of the end. How the Harappan civilization came to an end. Around 3900 years ago, we find the beginning of a major change. People stopped living in many of the cities. Writing seals and weights were no longer used, means the things which earlier the Harappan civilizations they were using, now they started just leaving those things. They stopped using all these things. Raw materials brought from long distances became rare. Okay, now it was a rare work to bring such raw materials from distant places. In Mohenjo-daro we find that garbage piled up, means all around the areas garbage piled up on the streets. The drainage system broke down, as there was garbage all around. The drainage system broke out, and new less impressive houses were built. Okay, people were not giving that much efforts or time to build to for construction purposes, even over the streets. They were doing the random construction. No planning was taking place before that. The mystery of the end we are discussing. The major reasons for the decline of Harappan civilization are still not having any factual you can say proof. Okay, there are not any factual proof about the decline of the Harappan civilization, but people make different guesses regarding that, and these guesses are like why did all this happen. Some people says that rivers dried up. Due to the drying up of rivers, people did not get water to drink or for other purposes, so they might have left the places. They might have just left those places and shifted to some other places. Okay, this might be a reason. The another reason might be deforestation. Okay, as they used all the resources, nearby forest resources, or they cleared the forest areas for to satisfy their needs and requirements. So due to that, the animals they reared, they did not get any kind of food items like grass, so they must have left those places. It might also be a reason. Then the third reason may be flooding. Due to the heavy flood or overflowing of the Satluj river, there might be a flooding condition. To save their lives, they might have left those places. The fourth reason might be the rulers of that places might have lost control over the you can say common people. So this might be a reason for the decline of Harappan civilization. And one more reason might be there, that is the people moved to new settlement, as the resources nearby to those places might have vanished. So to in search of another resources, they might have moved from those places. So we are not sure. Some scholars suggest that rivers dried up. Others suggest that there was deforestation. That we I have discussed all the points. I'm just reading it out. But none of these reasons can explain the end of all the cities. It appears as if the rulers lost control. Sites in Sindh and West Punjab, present day Pakistan, were abandoned, while many people moved into newer, smaller settlements to the east and the south. These points I have already explained. So, dear students, this is all about the chapter. Here we comes to an end of this chapter. We'll soon meet with new lectures. Hope you are liking the videos I am posting. So keep on liking, sharing, as well as subscribing my channel. Thank you and have a nice day ahead.